there's a rumor going around, and I don't know how to break it to you, so I'm just gonna say it. Um, Good Times star Jimmy Walker. Um, I think he might be dating Ann Coulter. You know, Dynamite guy.
What? Ann Coulter can't date black people.
Oh, she can if he's into horse skeletons.
Here we go.
It's the Bible reloaded, logic explosion, like Jesus and Moses, but it's Hugo and Jake. The Bible is jaded, and most of it taken, so get educated with Hugo and Jake. Pull up a new and stop what you're doing, it's Bible reloaded time. They call it debated, the theist will hate it, like talking to taken, but it's Hugo and Jake. So I'm with the show then, it's not candy coated, it's the Bible reloaded, with Hugo and Jake, with Hugo and Jake.
Hello, everyone. I'm Hugo.
And I'm Jake, and I've got a book.
This is the Bible Reloaded. We're back to read more of the Bible.
Yeah.
Oh, God. It feels like it's been a while. Oh, God.
it?
It's trudging through these sections. Are we on the New Testament yet?
Well, it's because we skip stuff for them, but you specifically have had to read almost every word of this. So
Yeah. It's depressing. It's depressing. But today we're continuing on with, oh, God, where are we? Isaiah. We're in Isaiah, and today we're talking about Satan, but not really. See, Christians have this bad habit of calling Satan Lucifer and conflating the two when they're not the same thing. So today we're going to talk about the only section in the Bible that actually mentions Lucifer by name and how it got conflated with Satan. So buckle in, kids. We got some entomology today.
Ooh.
That's
yeah.
thrilling.
Hint: there might be something to do with Dante because it's his fault.
Anyway, we're starting in Isaiah chapter 14. Thrilling. The Lord will have compassion on Jacob. Once again, he will choose Israel and will settle them in their own land. Foreigners will join them and unite with the descendants of Jacob. Nations will take them and bring them to their own place, and Israel will take possession of the nations and make them male and female servants in the Lord's land.
But
So
not,
don't worry, everyone.
but not
At the
gender
end-
fluid. We will accept no gender fluid servants. They gross
Sure.
me out.
Yes, but don't worry. At the end of the world, as the Bible says, everyone will come together under the Jews to be their slaves. Because that's
Gotta be honest. I don't think the Jews are capable of that at this point. You think fucking I don't know, what's a famous Jew? Jerry Lewis? Is he a Jew?
I don't know.
He looks Jewy. Is he dead? I don't even know. The corpse of Jerry Lewis cannot hold us down. What's another Jew? Jerry Seinfeld. Ain't got nothing on me, Seinfeld.
I mean, he could probably literally pay you to do just about anything, so it's kind of
but
he
I mean,
is
like, that's
he has
not a
that
slave.
Seinfeld money.
Then I'm a paid employee.
Okay, I'm just saying, God's ideal future is apparently the Hebrews being all happy, and everyone else just gets to be their servants. But you're not dead, and I think that's what we're supposed to take out of this as a positive.
You know what's weird is the Jews wrote this part down, so well, I wonder what their motives were.
It's always funny to me that based on the Old Testament, the Hebrews of the Old Testament were very let's conquer, even though they were put under the boot of many a people who conquered them. They were very fervent and we need to get out from under it, and we are God's chosen people. That's their thing. But they continually got shit on forever, and they all eventually at some point there was a breaking point, and now they're all just fucking hilarious. So whatever happened, thanks Yahweh, it worked out in the end. They will make captives of their captors and rule over their oppressors. On the day the Lord gives you relief from your suffering and turmoil from the harsh labor forced on you, you will take up this taunt against the king of Babylon. This is the important part. They're going to refer to Lucifer here in a minute or so. Lucifer is not Satan as you know him. He's not big red guy with horns, goat features, angry at God, trying to steal God's throne, whatever version of Satan you heard of. The Jewish people who wrote this prophecy was meant to be talking directly to a king at the time who was ruling them. That king was Nebuchadnezzar II. And this was them saying, hey, Nebuchadnezzar, I'm writing this piece about you, and it's going to try and get my people to rise up against you so that if anything ever happens, we are against you and united. It's not literally saying this is what happened on some other plane of existence. I just want to get that out there because Dante Alighieri decided in fucking his book, The Divine Comedy, or one of the parts of The Divine Comedy, to refer to Satan as Lucifer, and that helped popularize the fuck out of the idea that this is a story about Satan.
Right.
It just did. And at this point, I'm convinced about 20% of the Christian canon is just taken from fucking Dante's book because it was so popular and it got put into the popular consciousness. So
yeah. And you will recognize this origin story, by the way. Especially, I don't know, like basically every movie, every part of pop culture that references like Lucifer's origin, the next little bit, that's where this comes from. And of course, it's just metaphor.
How the oppressor has come to an end, how his fury has ended. The Lord has broken the rod of the wicked, the scepter of the rulers, which in anger struck down peoples with unceasing blows, and in fury subdued nations with relentless aggression. All the lands are at rest and at peace. They break into singing. Even the junipers and the cedars of Lebanon gloat over you and say, now that you have been laid low, no one comes to cut us down. But again, remember, this is all talking about this is what happens as you're defeated. You're defeated. You're bad guy. We're talking about the king of Babylon, not Satan. Can't address that enough. The realm of the dead below is all astir to meet you at your coming. And again, not talking about hell here. The reason they call it the land of the dead, as we've talked about in the past, is because the Jews have not a hell per se. It's called Sheol. It's more like Hades, like in Greek mythology, where it's just kind of like land of the dead shit. Not good, bad. Well, not good.
It's like Second Life, where it's just toil.
Sure. They're a real positive group of people. The realm of the dead below is all astir to meet you at your coming. It rouses the spirits of the departed to greet you. All those who were leaders in this world, it makes them rise from their thrones. All those who were kings over the nations, they will all respond. They will say to you, you also have become weak as we are. You've become like us. All your pomp has been brought down to the grave. Along with the noise of your harps, maggots are spread out beneath you, and the worms cover you. Again, more evidence. I don't even know what they fucking call it, the King of Babylon. I don't know why I need to have evidence, but here we are. They're comparing the King of Babylon to all these previous kings. They're saying, look at all the kings who have risen and fallen before you. As you enter the land of the dead, as all do, they will say, you have become one of us. You've passed into the annals of history. You no longer oppress others. And well, in your court, you may have had beautiful music. Now the only music you hear is of the bugs eating your rotting corpse.
It's a slam piece.
It's a slam piece.
This is written during the occupation. Okay, the Persian occupation is actively occurring. They are being oppressed. This is what this is about. This is literally like the African American slaves writing poetry about taking over their white plantation owners, which did happen. It's in no minced terms. That's exactly the same way this is coming across. So that's why it's like poetic with hate, which is kind of how that I don't know, social climate would be. That's I don't know how to describe this anyway. It's very similar to the and we bring it up from time to time, the Lot and his daughters thing, where his daughters basically take advantage of him and rape their dad, which is a forced incestual relationship, because that's the part of the Bible the Jews are talking shit about a particular tribe which claims to be descended from Lot. This is the same thing. They're just talking shit. It's a series of angry Trump tweets.
Now here's the part where the Lucifer origin story comes in, and boy am I sick of hearing about this. Verse 12, chapter 14. How you have fallen from heaven, morning star, son of the dawn. Now, morning star here is what it says in our translation, which is the NIV. The King James, and I believe earlier versions and even some versions now still retain Lucifer. This is the only part in the Bible where Lucifer is referenced instead of Satan or some other word. Now, let me read it again and listen and see if it sounds familiar to anyone. How you have fallen from heaven, Lucifer, son of the dawn. You have been cast down to earth. You who once laid low the nations. You said in your heart, I will ascend to the heavens. I will raise my throne above the stars of God. I will sit enthroned on the mountain of assembly on the utmost heights of Mount Zaphon. I will ascend above the tops of the clouds. I will make myself like the Most High. But you are brought down to the realm of the dead, to the depths of the pit.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious. Now, for those of you who may be that guy in the comment section, because Hugo said they don't use it in any other place in the Bible, they don't. In versions of the Vulgate, they do, but this isn't what we have, and this isn't what most people have. There's a few other places, but every other time Lucifer's used, it's like Lightbringer. Sometimes Lucifer was used to describe the moon. Sort of like the morning star is the moon, sort of, if that makes sense. Also, just there's places in Peter. Let me look. It was the dawn, signs of the zodiac, light of the morning. Like it's a word that does not mean Satan to the Jewish people writing this book. Basically,
right. In the New Testament, I think they might mention it a couple times, but what I meant is that as far as the Old Testament is concerned, this is the only Lucifer. Sorry, I didn't mean to misspeak, everyone.
Misspeak? Oh,
yes.
God. But yeah, so you can see that the obvious roots, the origin story of Lucifer, of Satan, Lucifer, like in pop culture, it's an actually his origin story. It doesn't actually say that. It's it's a metaphor about the king of Babylon. Saying that, like, oh, he was once this bright light to his people, and then he's going to be fucking thrown into a pit of darkness. Like, it's just poetic hate. Sorry to burst your bubble on this one. Sorry, it's not as cool. It's like if Batman's backstory was ripped off from, like, I don't know, just a biography of someone. It's just boring and, like, takes the magic out of it. His parents are alive? Huh.
You're not that far off. Batman was ripped off of Zorro.
Fair enough.
So then the rest of the chapter goes on and continues to just shit-talk the king and how he's going to be ruined and his kingdom will be ruined. And, of course, that goes down in history as giving Christians a reason to talk about Satan more. So thanks, guys. Then we have chapter 15, Prophecy against Moab. Don't give a shit. Prophecy against Philistines. Don't give a shit. Prophecy against Damascus. Don't give a shit. Prophecy against Cush. Don't give a shit. All of these, what they're going to do is just repeat. Your cities will be in ruin, but in long form and in that same sort of slam poetry. You're gonna be in dust. You're gonna be in hell. I would continue, but I'm not going to do that to myself. But we are going to read little excerpts from chapter 19, and that is a prophecy against Egypt, because I think it's hilarious how shit on Egypt gets in the Bible.
Yeah, and also you'll get the gist of it, because it's not copy and pasted like wholesale. It's like they copied a book report from their friend and then just right-clicked synonyms and tried to move the stuff around between all these prophecies against blank.
I like it because it feels like Egypt, and I've read. I know you didn't read these. Egypt seems to get it the fucking worst, and I don't understand why. I'm sure there were socio-political reasons why they were at the time, but I just think it's funny that Egypt gets it so much fucking worse than some of the other groups. It's great.
Because if you view the Jews as Alex Jones, Egypt are the globalists.
Sure, they're making all the frickin' frogs gay.
Yeah.
We get it.
And he's just a humble water filtration salesman.
A prophecy against Egypt. See, the Lord rides on a swift cloud and is coming to Egypt. The idols of Egypt.
Wait, hold on. The Lord's riding on a swift cloud. Is that Goku?
Yeah, it's Goku.
Goku's riding in and he's like, "Eh, fuck you, Egypt."
Man, he really got rid of that fucking cloud at some point.
Nimbus.
Dragon Ball Z came around. Yeah, he didn't give a fuck about the Nimbus.
No, he had
Nimbus.
That. Nimbus was in Dragon Ball Z at the beginning, and then I think he just stays with like that pink guy whose name I don't remember. King Kai? Was that him or was that the bald guy? Who's the bald guy?
Remember.
Master Roshi. It's all coming back to me. I watched Toonami when I was a kid.
The idols of Egypt tremble before him, and the hearts of the Egyptians melt with fear. I will stir up Egyptian against Egyptian. Brother will fight against brother, neighbor against neighbor, city against city, kingdom against kingdom. The Egyptians will lose heart, and I will bring their plans to nothing, and they will consult the idols and the spirits of their dead, the mediums and their spirituists. Spiritists, that's a weird word. I will hand the Egyptians over to the power of a cruel master, and a fierce king will rule over them. Declares God, the Lord Almighty.
You know what I like about all this is they're like, yeah, we're going to fucking dismantle your shit. And then we're going to install the same exact form of government you already have. Because we can only imagine a world where there are kings and peons.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
not democracy.
And then the waters dry up, riverbeds will be parched and dry, canals will stink, streams will dwindle up and dry, blah 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 blah. You get it. Basically, they get more plagues. So let's run this down real quick, and that's all we're gonna get to today. You get the idea. Abraham continually took his incest cousin wife with him, or was it half sister? I don't remember what it was.
Yeah, it was I believe it was a half sister cousin wife. I believe those
Okay.
are all of those are fine.
If you go back to our earlier Bible studies, you'll know what we're talking about. He'd go around to these different cities, and he'd take his wife's sister.
Yeah.
Oh, it was sister. It was half sister.
It was his half sister, but it was also his wife. But he was like, but she's way too hot. So don't pretend that we're married or not, so they don't kill me, so they don't take you. But like,
Yeah.
why
So they
would
go to
why
this-
would why would your status as married change how they just
Right,
because
so-
there's a goalie doesn't mean you can't score a goal.
Sure. So they go into these cities. This happened twice. It happened in some other city. I want to say it's either like Babylon or something like that. I don't fucking remember. I don't know. That could just be because I was reading about the king of Babylon. I don't know. I'm a piece of shit. So they go into Egypt, and the Pharaoh's people somehow see his sister wife, and they're like, the Pharaoh will want to fuck her. So then the Pharaoh marries her like in a day, and God all of a sudden is like, you married a married woman. I'm going to bring plagues to you. And the guy's like, I didn't even know. Why did you do this? And say she was your sister. And then Abraham was like, well, she is my sister. She's also my wife, which is weird. And they, I guess, probably get kicked out of Egypt. I don't remember. And then, of course, later the Joseph thing happens. Famine comes to the land, though with the help of Joseph, they ration or whatever. But then after that, they turn them all into slaves. And then the 10 plagues of Egypt come, even though God's making Pharaoh's heart hard. He specifically says, I will make Pharaoh not let you go so I can punish him. It's the whole thing. Egypt gets a shit on. You can tell the Jews who are writing the Old Testament really, really did not like the Egyptians. And in fairness, I get it. Look at them with their fucking pyramids. You think
Oh.
you're so cool? Your city
Hoity-toity
stinks.
triangular prisms.
Yeah.
Anyway, make a boxed house like a real person. People in the
Yeah.
comments, Jake, the Egyptians didn't live in the pyramids. Yes, they did. You fake news.
You and your stupid city, Cairo, Indiana Jones went there once.
Wait, are you a commenter right now?
Sandy. I don't know.
That sounds like the stream of consciousness bullshit arguments we get in the comments.
Yeah. Anyway. You can always follow us on Twitter at Bible Reloaded.
Follow Hugo Reloaded. You can also subscribe to the channel and get more juicy bits of what was that lady's name? Laura Ingraham? No, the other one. Horse skeleton lady news.
I already forgot.
I forget her name. Ann Coulter. I always mix those two up. Neither of them. I think if anyone had sex with them, their penis would wither inside.
You can subscribe to the channel if you want more of this fine quality content.
Yeah, I already said that. That was what that was all about.
Okay, I'm just
You can
reiterating that
Patreon.
that's the kind of content you
Oh,
would get.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
definitely. Oh, and we're launching a website soon, so stay tuned for news on that. We might have a game where I throw butter at Hugo's nipples.
Oh, yeah.
Also, if
Yeah.
you're a Flash game person and you want to throw 5 minutes of your video game together, we'll put it on our website. Also, we're doing fan art, so if you have fan art, show the people the cool fan art. By the way, we got really rad fan art. I don't know. Do you have their name, by the way, the person that made that? Because that'd be ideal.
God. In the other room.
Wow. I'm sure we couldn't pull off some movie magic and make that work.
Hold on.
Couldn't do that.
Here is Jake Penisman, which
It's
is fucking great.
Fucking great.
And here is Hugo Penisman, which is also
They're
good.
so beautiful. And this person wants us to sell t-shirts. So if we can figure out a way to scan those in a high enough quality and do that, you'll get Penisman shirts with Hugo and Jake. Maybe we'll sell 2 different kinds. One
Maybe.
Jake Penisman, one Hugo Penisman, maybe one duo. See what happens.
Maybe. We'll see. Oh, God.
And that person was...
And that person is... I'm sorry if I pronounce this wrong. Oh, my hat's all fucky from the jump cut. Oh, God.
The Pizza Hat. The jump cut was jarring. Did you know we do jump cuts in real life?
Mariah. I want to say it's Mariah, but it's with an O. So Moriah. I don't know if it's pronounced the same. And they also have. I'm glad you had me get this because they asked us specifically to plug their thing if we showed that. So
yeah.
here's
Consider
the
yourself
plug.
Plugged.
They're in the
Well, that's
description.
sexual.
A little bit.
Oh,
You can check out.
We're both plugging you so hard.
Sure. You can check out their various art websites, their Etsy, and you can check them out because those are very cool. Should I check their Etsy and see if it's any good and we can critique it?
If it's anything like that, it's good. No spoilers. Go to their website and check it out for yourself. It's very cool. They're a very cool person. So thank you. Again, if you want to send us art, I'll put your art on the wall back here because that's how I do it. It's how I do. It's how I get it.
Yeah.
We've got more art than this. I just, before I got this, and so I didn't put it up because I don't know where most of it's at. I put it all in a box somewhere and I can't find the box. So now if you send fan art, I won't lose it.
So anyway, until next time, I'm Hugo.
Jake.
This has been the Bible Reloaded. Thanks for that. Here's the P.O. box on the screen right now.
Yeah, I don't care.
I didn't say you cared. You don't have to care. It's not for you.
It is for me. Everything's for me.
Oh, wait. And also, here it is. My boyfriend got me into your channel. It would make me so happy if you gave him a shout out on air. His name is, well, do you want me to say, you told me not to say your full name,
Just
I
say
think.
his first name, dude. How many people
Hey,
can be dating Moriah?
All right. Hey, John.
Hey, John.
Right on.
You have a pretty
Way to-
interesting girlfriend, I assume.
I would assume, I don't know.
Moriah sounds like a lady name. Or maybe you like the dick, and good for you.
Yeah, so thanks for all this shit, everyone. All right, you can all leave now.
Satisfying.
We also, since we're doing this, someone also sent us. That's voiceless. Someone sent us Bible Man Animated. It's in the other room, and I'm not doing another jump cut.
Thanks.
This person, and the person who sent us Bible Man's name was Uriah.
What?
And they used a fun font.
This is just... What a good day.